in the draft. I'm going to let you kind of drive this discussion. Where do you want to go first?
Let's start off with the big news that happened yesterday, which was Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. I know it was talked a lot this whole offseason. Like, there's people who said it was official or not, and then now it's officially official. I think that is going to help the Jets. I mean, I'm not going to call them like a Super Bowl team, but I could see maybe at most a wild card team. So it's definitely going to be a fun. It's definitely going to be good news for the Jets. But I think that they did trade. I think they traded some draft picks for him too. So I think that it's going to help the Jets. I think it's going to upgrade their quarterback position because Zach Wilson actually said this, like, I think a couple weeks ago or like back in March or maybe. He said whoever the quarterback they trade for, he's going to make that quarterback's life feel like hell or something like that. And then it got people thinking, well, the quarterback he's going to make, if that's the case, the quarterback's life he's going to make hell, which he thinks is Aaron Rodgers, future Hall of Famer. And my thoughts about Zach Wilson saying that is that I just can't see it. Zach Wilson has not been good in his career at all this so far, and he's not a good quarterback. He got drafted. He was drafted the number 2 overall pick in the 2021 NFL draft out of BYU. He looked like he could have had a promising career and then just wasn't able to. So, like, anything's, I like his confidence, that he said that, that makes him feel good about, being the starting quarterback. But I just can't see it. Zach Wilson has not proven that he is able to bring a team to at least the playoffs. So, we'll see about if he's going to actually make the quarterback's life feel like hell.
Well, we'll see. I think it's like a lot of things that go on in the social media and the media, and that is people just talking. And I'm sure he said that among other things, but how stuff gets taken out of context. It does raise an interesting point, though. Aaron Rodgers, future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers. Oh, one reason that I like the fact that he's going to the Jets is we go to a Jets game every year, so we'll be able to see him. So that'll be interesting, too, because even if he's not vintage Aaron Rodgers, it's still going to be a good time to watch him on the field because I'm sure he's going to get some playing time there. And he's going to make Zach Wilson better no matter, how Zach Wilson feels about it. What exactly did, though, the Jets have to give up to get Rodgers? And was Rodgers was he the only person that came over from the Packers, or were there more people on board with the trade?
He was like the only one who came back to the Jets. No one else from the Packers came. They did trade a lot of draft picks. They didn't really trade another player. They just kind of gave them more draft picks for Aaron Rodgers. And we all knew that it could have been a possibility he was going to the Jets. And I mean, I wouldn't sign him to, if I know the Jets are never going to do this, sign him to a big 5-year contract or anything, because Aaron Rodgers, as we all know, he's getting to the end of his career. I don't know about that part yet, but I know usually when you just trade for someone and don't sign them to a contract, it's usually just 1 year. But I mean, they're not going to sign him to some big contract because we all know he's getting towards the end of his career. But I think for the good last couple of years, he could at least probably do something with the Jets and help them look better than the record says for the last decade. So I think that Aaron Rodgers brings a lot of good competition in that quarterback room, and I think it's going to help the other quarterbacks get better, like Zach Wilson and stuff like that. And he has great players. We all know that the Jets have good receivers. Garrett Wilson, who just won Offensive Rookie of the Year last year. And he got his one other receiver, Alan Lazard. And, they got also Denzel Mims. But I know he's, been a little all right for his career. But I think that they have talent on that team. They just don't have a good quarterback. So I think now, since they brought in a quarterback with a lot of experience, who's been in the league since 2005, that's when he got drafted. So I think that it's definitely going to help their team in the long run. But I mean, it's not something I would say oh yeah, this team is now going to be like a Super Bowl team. It's confirmed. No, we all know Aaron Rodgers doesn't make Super Bowls. He made one, but that was it. And that was like over 12 years ago. But I mean, like, I wouldn't say, oh yeah, this guy's going to bring us to the Super Bowl. I just can't see that happening right now.
So let's pivot from Aaron Rodgers, who's towards the end of his career, to